What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new season of one of my favorite housewives there is, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You guys, this is going to be season number 14, episode number 1. The episode was titled "Grace Time is Over," you guys. Now, before we do get into it, if you guys watched this episode, let me know what you guys thought about the premiere episode of Beverly Hills. Excuse me, y'all. In the comment section and in the live chat. And before we go ahead and get into it, you guys, I said like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications, share the video. You guys do all that wonderful stuff for me. So, you guys, let's talk about it. The girls are back. We're back with everyone with the exception of Anna Marie and Crystal. Those are the only two people that didn't come back for this season of Beverly Hills. Um, I liked Crystal. I want the Crystal that we see on social media is the Crystal that I always wanted, especially because you guys know Crystal has a podcast currently with Cynthia Bailey. So I listened to the first episode of their podcast. Actually, I watched it and it was good. Crystal was talking about not coming back this season and all that kind of stuff. And we wish nothing but the best for Crystal. So we got them rid of interesting, right? Because we had Anna Marie and Crystal last season, but we got rid of both. They let go of both of them and bought on Bose, who I think is beautiful. From the first episode, I liked her. It's interesting that they didn't add another housewife, so we only have 6 housewives this season of Beverly Hills. Yeah. All right, you guys. So before we delve into the episode, there's a lot of stuff that has happened in the Beverly Hills streets over the last few weeks, right? So the first thing that we shall talk about, what should we talk about first, you guys? Because when I tell you guys there's a lot of stuff with Beverly Hills that's going on currently, there's a lot of stuff that is going on, right? I think we should start up with the most messiest of them all. The messiest, and I mean the messiest. Teddi Mellencamp. So you guys know that Teddi is getting ready to go through a divorce with her ex-husband Edwin, right? So I'm gonna read this article to you guys really quick, and I don't know who it comes from, but it says life is wild for Teddi Mellencamp these days. Her marriage to Edwin, I don't even know how to pronounce Edwin's last name. I know how to pronounce Arroyo. I know it's Arroyo. However you pronounce Edwin's last name. So Edwin, they've been torn apart thanks to an affair with her horse trainer, and now she just had a super awkward close call with the horse trainer's estranged wife. It says, of course, the horse trainer's ex, Carly Postel, is also a horse person. We're convinced that this saga of adulterous equestrians is slowly becoming more intriguing than anything Teddi ever did on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So I'm guessing this person is not, whoever wrote this article is not a fan of Teddi's, right? So it says we can thank Daily Mail for the latest scoop on the horse girl drama. But first, let's set the stage. A lot has happened in a very short amount of time. In case you missed it, so Carly found out that her husband Simon Schroeder had been having an affair with Teddi through text messages, right? And it all blew up right after Carly gave birth to their second child. So, from what I'm hearing, all this came to head at an equestrian event, right? And so this what's her name? This Carly lady, I guess, went back and told Edwin that Teddi and her husband were sleeping together. And according to what I also have read, is the fact that I guess Teddi and this guy had been having an affair, but they supposedly broke it off, right? But then the woman found out that they were still, in fact, seeing each other, right? Yeah, because it was at a 2024 Las Vegas National Horse Show where this came to a head, right? And it says Teddy was there to watch her daughter participate in the competition, and Carla was there to watch the action as well. And she actually won a $25,000 prize. I don't care about that. But yeah, that's what's going on with Teddy. So also, I've heard that with Teddy, I guess when she came on Beverly Hills, there was already some cheating stuff between she and Edwin, and she forgave him. We know she got pregnant season 9 of Beverly Hills. And so you guys know Teddy is the one that filed for divorce. I was like, go figure, girl. You the one that's accused of being an adulterer. Well, you the one that's accused of being cheating on your husband, and then you the one that files for divorce. It is messy. Then I started sitting here thinking to myself, I was like, JB, and myself was like, huh? I was like, this sounds kind of interesting, don't it? And myself said, absolutely. Because I was like, Teddy, is this a way for you to try to get back on the show? Now, let me say this loud and clearly. Like, I'm not one of those people who can't stand Teddy, right? I don't hate Teddy. When it comes to Teddy, what I will say about Teddy is, in my personal opinion, and this has just been since she's been off the show, she's very annoying. Teddy is extremely annoying post Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and more specifically over there on that Two T's and a podcast with Tamra. That is where I find her the most irritating, insufferable, and annoying. Right. But other than that, I didn't hate Teddy. I don't have the same feelings about Teddy that the rest of the fandom does. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, at this horse show, they say that Teddy and this woman got into it with each other. We don't. Do I want to see this play out? Not really. Don't really care about it. It's a messy saga, but it ain't something that I necessarily. It ain't necessarily something that I care to see. Again, like I said, I don't hate Teddy. I just thought that Teddy post Beverly Hills is annoying as hell. On the show, she just didn't give anything. What's up, Kiwan? You say they better send Teddy back. Mm-mm. Well, you know what? I kind of want to see this play out. So yeah, I'm gonna give you that one. So moving on to the next story that we got to talk about, you guys. So before the premiere came on, Camille Grammer Meyer, well, Camille Meyer, as she's going by these days, with her husband, Camille tweeted on Twitter or X. She was like, "Is everybody ready for a new season of a new season of the woke Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?" Right. So somebody asked Camille, "What is your definition of woke?" Camille comes back and was like, Camille comes back asking that person, "What does woke mean?" I was like, "Girl, you know what I will say is the people, certain people get on my nerves with that whole woke phrase. Like y'all use that woke phrase as a way to come at black people. Let's just be real about it, right? Because I feel like that's what I feel like woke is the new. It's too black. It's too this. It's like what's so woke about this? Oh God! And then y'all use the term woke out of like the whole political thing when it comes to the right and their usage of the word woke. I'm sick of it because it's been bastardized. Oh, Kiwan says, I'm sorry. They've been not in all caps bring Teddy back. Okay, I was like, you want Teddy to come back? So yeah, I'm gonna read this. So this is coming to us from heavy.com. So it says Camille Grammer called out the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast members for being too afraid of saying something wrong on camera. In November 2024, the veteran Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star spoke out in a series of social media posts hours before the 14th season of the Bravo reality show was set to premiere. It says, quote, "Who's excited for the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?" Grammer asked fans on X. Second question, does anyone think the franchise has become too woke? Girl, what does that mean if the franchise become too woke? Too black, huh? That's what I'm thinking. So Grammer did not define what she meant by the word woke, but she noted that stars on the show are overly careful about what they say on camera. She says, quote, "It feels like the ladies are afraid to be real. They are fearful of being canceled instead of hold on. She said they're sorry, somebody called me. She says they're fearful of being canceled instead of entertaining. They are handcuffed, she wrote. Grammar girl Camille, shut up. Now, what I will say is season 10, do I think that the ladies were afraid? Walked on, I don't even think they were afraid. I think that season 10, the girls walked on eggshells when it came to Garcelle because they didn't know how to interact with Garcelle. And that just goes to show you if they walk on eggshells with Garcelle, that tells you a lot in itself. They probably don't have a lot of black friends in their lives and they don't know how to interact with black people. So that's the problem with them, not on us, the viewers, not on Garcelle. Because I mean, let's go to last season with Anna Marie. Oh, pick me ass. They can interact with that kind of a black person because she is. You know what? I said I'm not gonna speak on Anna Marie in my pre-recorded review, and we ain't gonna speak on Anna Marie in this live review. So moving on. But yeah, Camille, girl, I don't think that I disagree. I vehemently disagree with Camille, but you guys definitely tell me if you guys agree with Camille, and we can discuss that down in the comment section. And we'll go on to the next story, you guys. So there are two more stories that we got to get to, and then we'll get into the actual review. So the next story that I'm going to talk about is Tom Girardi. So Tom, you guys know Tom had his case. Well, back in August, I think that they had finally finished. I think they had finished filming before Tom's case started. So it says here, this comes to us from the U.S. Attorney's Office, Central District of California. It says, so disbarred personal injury lawyer Tom Girardi found guilty of defrauding clients out of tens of millions of dollars. It says here, the Los Angeles disbarred plaintiff's personal injury attorney Thomas Vincent Girardi was found guilty by a jury today of leading a years-long scheme in which he embezzled tens of millions of dollars of money that belonged to his clients, some of who awaited payment for treatment of severe physical injuries. Girardi, 85, of Seal Beach, was found guilty of 4 counts of wire fraud. It says, quote, Tom Girardi built celebrity status and lured in victims by falsely portraying himself as a champion of justice, said the United States Attorney Martin Estrada. It says, end quote, in reality, he was a Robin Hood in reverse, stealing from the needy to support of a lavish Hollywood lifestyle. Today's verdict shows that the game is up. We can all now see the defendant for who he was and the victims he callously betrayed. It says, quote, Mr. Girardi exploited his clients' misfortunes on a grand scale, said Special Agent in Charge Tyler Hatcher, IRS Criminal Investigations Los Angeles Field Office. Quote, his clients sought his help in the wake of significant trauma and injury, yet he violated their trust to steal from them and fund his own lavish lifestyle, and he will now face consequences of his actions. Mr. Girardi was retained to advocate for clients who put their trust in him, but instead lied to them and stole their money to fund a lavish lifestyle, said Akil Davis, the assistant director in charge of the FBI's Los Angeles field office. Girardi falsely promoted himself in the media as a pillar of the legal community with a heightened sense of justice, but the clients he wronged for many years have now found actual justice in today's verdict. So, according to the evidence presented at the 13-day trial, basically he was found guilty. I think that they're postponing his sentencing because it says here that there is another case that he has that he will that there is another case that Tom has, and that trial date is set for March 3rd of next year. Baby, with Tom, these pictures that you see of Tom, he looks like a decrepit ass old man, but I mean he is decrepit, so he's 80, he's in his 80s, so I still feel the same way I felt for the last few seasons about the victims. I want justice for them. I know that, the money is the money is gone, but hopefully they can get something out of this trial, out of the stuff that, is at auction. Speaking of auction, let's talk about Erica and those damn earrings. So you guys remember last season we talked about those earrings, and then we also talked about the earrings season 12 as well. When they were, I forgot where, I think it was season 12 that they talked about the earrings with Erica. So you guys remember at one point they took the earrings from Erica, right? But then Erica got those same earrings back. Well, currently Erica has lost those earrings again. And let me find an article about that because, and this just recently happened in September. So this comes to us from Reality Blurb. It says RHOBH's Erika Jayne suffers loss in court over $750,000 earrings as judge rules jewelry was purchased with commingled client funds plus update on the $25 million lawsuit. So it says Erika Jayne will not be seeing any of the proceeds or damages from the $750,000 earrings her now estranged husband, Tom Girardi, reportedly purchased for her in 2007 with funds belonging to clients of his now defunct law firm, Girardi Keese. It says after the 53-year-old Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star turned the jewelry over to a trustee in charge of Thomas's bankruptcy case and later filed an appeal against the ruling that made her do so, a judge ruled that Thomas, 85, did in fact use commingled funds to buy the earrings, thus making them the property of his bankruptcy estate. It says, quote, today's the big day, attorney Ronald Richards began in a message shared on X, formerly known as Twitter, on September 24th. It says the hearing will determine if the trustee has shown the funds used to purchase the diamond earrings were estate property, and if so, then Erica cannot recover the earrings or any damages. In a second message, Ronald revealed that Larry Gabriel was representing the trustee and Evan Borges was representing Erica. Quote, the judge starts off by saying the famous earrings, he continued, noting that the judge overruled evidentiary objections and refused to allow certain testimony from the trustee's expert. After spending what was described as a lot of time reading through paperwork pertaining to the case, the judge said he assumed the earrings were property of the estate, but he also acknowledged the confusion surrounding the jewelry. According to Ronald, even if the judge ruled in favor of Erica, that would mean she was the rightful owner of the earrings. Instead, it would simply indicate that the earrings, which were sold at auction in December 22, did not belong to the estate. Quotes. He says there was commingling, and Erica presented no evidence showing there was no commingling. He pointed out the new evidence presented in the trustee's brief further supported there was commingling. He says fees were still owed, so there was still commingling. Ronald explained. Then, in a third update, Ronald seems sure that Erica will lose her appeal. It says Erica's attorney is trying to take one stab at this. He says the problem with the evidence, is that let me read this again. He says Erica's attorney is trying to take one stab at this. He says the problem with the evidence is that it is ancient and unreliable. He is saying he's saying nobody knows. However, the judge knows Girardi was owed fees and they were in the account, so there was commingling, he wrote. Erica's attorney responded, stating that if 65 million came into the firm, they were entitled to 20 million, but the judge stood firm. The $750,000 was commingled, period. Girardi's fees were still left in the account, Ronald continued. The judge said the issue is not whether it was a theft. The issue is whether the trust account was commingled. The court says, don't you lose. It was a cover-up, a theft. The earrings were not a court cost, and the purchase was a fraud. It's not for court costs, but for earrings. The only issue is whether the funds were commingled. Erica is going to lose this motion, period. Oh, wow. He stood on that. But yeah, sum it all up, Erica done lost them damn earrings. Erica done lost those earrings. Do I feel bad for Erica? Absolutely not. I don't. I really, truly don't. But yeah, that's all the news that we got, you guys. That was a lot. That was a lot of stuff that we talked about. So we discussed Erika's earrings, Teddy, Camille, and this whole woke comment, and Tom being found guilty. Again, like I said, I hope that these victims at some point find some solace, and I hope they're able to recoup something. Because I mean, if you guys didn't watch that Hulu special about Tom and and what he did to those his clients, terrible, 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 terrible. But let's go ahead now and get into the episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We talked about that stuff for almost 30 minutes. Not quite, but close to it. So this episode, good, solid premiere episode. So we will start. Oh, damn it. I do not have a picture of Garcelle. But y'all know who Garcelle is. Y'all see Garcelle on the screen. So with Garcelle, we really didn't have much with Garcelle in this episode. The only thing that we saw with Garcelle was the fact that Garcelle flew to Atlanta. You guys know Garcelle is in her production bag these days, which congratulations to her. She has, you know, I noticed that when it comes to Lifetime, a lot of the housewives do be acting on Lifetime in Lifetime movies, but Garcelle is not only acting, she's producing, right? So she produced a movie with where she starred in it with Von Hebron from The Game. You guys, if you guys watch Reasonable Doubt, he was on Reasonable Doubt this past season. He was on Tyler Perry's The Oval. So that's who Von Hebron is. It looks like a current modern day How Stella Got Her Groove Back. Now, I didn't watch the movie, but that's the vibe that it was giving me. She also did a movie, an abducted movie. Y'all know that's what Lifetime is good for. It's a good old abduction movie. And I think Notori Naughton starting was in that movie because that's who I saw on the poster. So we see her with her son Oliver. You know, Oliver is looking good these days. I will say that because the last time that we saw Oliver, he was like what? The last time we saw Oliver, he was going through the divorce with his wife after that whole debacle over there on Vanderpump Rules. But his son is getting ready to go to kindergarten, so congratulations to him. He got a girlfriend. I was like, girl, you really want to be with this man that cheated on his wife on national television? Okay, girl. If you like it, I love it. But hey, it is what it is. What up, D? You say you need your behind whip, sir. Ain't nobody asked you to push these live streams back to back to when I'm on the clock. Deception and disgrace. Here's the thing. I thought I had set this live up for 1 o'clock today, but I guess when I did it, I put it for the 19th, and I was like, oh, so yeah, that's my mistake, you guys. I really meant to put it for today, but yeah, I got this live, and then at 3 o'clock we got Real Housewives of New York City. Y'all know that live probably ain't gonna be about 20 minutes tops. The episode wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best either. But yeah, my bad, you guys, on that one. I did not mean to schedule. I meant to schedule this live for 1 o'clock today, not yesterday. But neither here nor there. But happy to see you, D. If you can't watch it, I know you'll definitely be in the playback. So yeah, that was really it we got with Garcelle. Who else did we have in this episode? So you guys know that they got new title cards as well, right? So they didn't show everybody's title card because I like to keep current with the title cards, and I don't have Dorit's title card because they didn't show Dorit's title card in this episode. So we'll talk about Dorit. No. Should we talk about Dorit? Y'all tell me where should we go? We're gonna save Sutton for last, but should we talk about Dorit or should we talk about Erika or Kyle? Because these all kind of they all kind of go in tandem to each other. I think we'll save Dorit. And we'll go to Erika. Yeah, let's go to Erika since we've been talking about Erika for a good minute. So we see Erika. So Erika is going to a furniture store. You guys know Erika. She still is living in that house that she moved into after she remember what was that season 11 when she was telling us that she dropped Tom off at work that one day and she never went back to the house after that. Remember that? So yeah, she's still living in that same house. I was like, okay, cool. The way that she talks about that house, you would think that that is a casita like what Gina lived in on OC. Girl, it may not be a mansion, but it's still a big ass. It's still a big house, girl. So Dorit and her meet up with each other. Now you guys know I do like Kyle, but I'm always fair and honest when it comes to things with Kyle. So you guys ain't never got to sit here and be like, "Oh, JB, you taking up for Kyle because you like Kyle." I do like Kyle, but I ain't gonna sit here and just take up for Kyle. I'm gonna call Kyle out when I need to call Kyle out. So with Dorit and Kyle, they haven't had an interaction with each other since last season's reunion, and you can see that there were some fractures. You can see that there were some fractures with Dorit and Kyle last season, and it's mighty interesting because I'm again, like I said, I ain't got no problem with calling Kyle out. Not D said poor Reed can wait, can definitely go last. So here's my thing with Dorit and Kyle, right? Because Kyle, you were on some BS last season at the reunion when you said that you and Dorit were not that close. That is a bold-faced ass lie, Kyle. Because I said it in my review if you guys didn't watch the pre-recording. When Dorit, Renna, Erika, Teddy, and wait, Dorit, Erika, Dorit and Erika, Kyle, Renna, and Teddy. The Fox Force Five, the Fab Force Five, the whatever the hell five, whatever they were called. Those five were clicked up from season 9 until Teddy left. Even after Teddy left, y'all were still pretty cliquish with each other. Y'all did so much stuff together, so y'all had a close friendship, Kyle. So miss me with the BS, Kyle. So stop with that. So Dorit tells Erika that she and PK have separated. Erika, girl, you were not shocked or surprised by that because I wasn't. I've been saying that there were some issues with PK and Dorit for the last few seasons because you can see it. PK is always in London. He's always in London, never at home with her and these kids. That's why, I know people feel away I know some people feel away when you say what you say about Dorit and that robbery. It just didn't sit right in my spirit that some people are going to come and rob your house and leave your cell phone for you to find it. Girl, that just sounds so sketchy to me, but neither here nor there. We not going to, Dorit says it happened. We going to believe what Dorit says until, something else come out. Cause I still don't think they found them people that robbed Dorit. And that's been almost 3 years at this point. But I'm gonna shut my mouth and let the chips fall where they may, right? But again, there's been so many things with Dorit and PK's relationship. The lawsuit that was filed against them that they didn't show in season 9. The because if you guys go to the review, I talked about it that remember they cut it out of the scene. They cut it out of that season completely on the first cast trip to Mexico. There was a woman who literally went to Mexico just to serve Dorit with paperwork, but they cut that out. They cut everything out with Dorit, Erika, and Kyle because those 3 women had some stuff going on in their lives. Season 9, they cut it out to go after Vanderpump. Neither here nor there, right? So Dorit feels that when it comes to Kyle, that she also talked about the fact that PK has a drinking issue, but she said they're taking things day by day, and she's talking about the stuff with Kyle. She told Erika because Erika's getting ready to go over to Kyle's house, so she told Erika not to tell Kyle, right? So Erika says, "Cool, she's not going to tell Kyle." So that's going to segue us into Kyle's scene. So Kyle. Again, I told y'all I like Kyle, but I ain't got no problem with calling Kyle out when Kyle is on her F shit, right? And Kyle, you were on it this episode. You were definitely on some BS this episode because girl, There are some things that you said in this episode, and I was like, Kyle, girl, who you think you fooling? Who are you playing with? So with Kyle, we find out that Mo and Alexia have both moved out of the house, right? So Erika came over, and we found, like I said a few minutes ago, with Eric, when we find out that Dorit and Kyle have not spoken to each other since the reunion. So Kyle is upset with Dorit for showing Erika the text message that she sent to her before the reunion last season. Now, Kyle, if we're gonna be real and call a spade, you were trying to manipulate Dorit with that text message. You absolutely were. You weren't slick, Kyle. Because if you ain't talked to her before the reunion, and now at the reunion, you want to send her like you get to the reunion and now you want to try to text her the day before or the day of the reunion, like, yeah, Kyle, you ain't slick. You knew what you were doing, right? So Erika is telling Kyle the thing that I believe too. The issues arose between Dorit and Kyle at the season 12 reunion. You guys remember the season 12 reunion when Brenna was still on the show, right? And y'all remember Aspen when they were trying to say that Kathy said all this stuff about, Sutton and Crystal being dumb, calling the people in the club the F word, the gay slur. Now, you guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of believe that one because Paris has said some things before, and where do you learn any behaviors that you exhibit from childhood to adulthood? Where do you typically learn those behaviors? You learn them from your parents. So I can see that. But when it comes to Renna, I think Renna also puts 20 on 10 as sometimes too, because Renna was talking about how scared she was. But neither here nor there. So you guys remember that at the reunion, Dorit was just trying to give her a little 2 cents in her opinion to Kyle, who basically told her, "Girl, I hear you, I love you, but back the hell out. This is between me and my sister, right?" And Dorit was like, "You know what? You ain't said nothing but a word." So I think that's where that started because last season they weren't in the best of places, and then it just got even worse. So that's where we currently are. Um. So after that, they're still talking about the stuff with them because they also talked about the fact that at BravoCon, Andy asked Dorit to rank the Richard sisters, and Kyle felt the way because Dorit grabbed her drink and she slapped it out of Dorit's hand. I was like, Kyle, she was being a little cheeky. She wasn't being serious, but she said, "Well, since Kyle knocked my drink out of my hand, Kyle's at the bottom of the list and Kathy's at the top." I was like, okay. It's a mess. Let me know in the live chat or in the comment section, like whose side who you guys siding with? Are you guys on Kyle's side or are you guys on Dorit's side? Honestly, I ain't on either one of their side because I think that there's they both have equal blame. Dorit, I think they have equal blame, but I think Kyle more so than Dorit. But then again, I don't really see it for Dorit, so I can't really. It ain't hard for me to defend Dorit, but Dorit is just not my favorite person. Definitely not my favorite person on Beverly Hills. But that's that. So after that, let's go ahead and talk about Dorit, shall we? Like I said, I don't have they didn't show the title card for Dorit. So we're gonna go back to the cast photo because you guys know who Dorit is. If you guys have been watching Beverly Hills, you know who Dorit is. So Dorit, I have forgot that Dorit even smokes. Because I remember I don't know if it was last season, but I know we saw that Dorit did smoke, but I was like, oh, I forgot that she smoked. So we see Dorit as she's smoking a cigarette because at this point, the news has come out that Dorit and PK have separated, right? I thought it was hilarious when Garcelle was with Oliver reading it, and she was like, "Well, it's definitely Dorit because it's a long-winded response." I was like, That's if there's one thing we know about Dorit, baby, Dorit is gonna give you something long-winded, long-winded. That's why Andy be yawning at her ass at the reunions. I wonder if that's gonna happen at this season's reunion. Um, so we see as Dorit went over to Kathy's home. I was like, how interesting. You're at Kathy's house? Now, Kathy, we see Kathy. So Kathy has on those masks under your eyes and an actual mask on her face, right? And getting her hair and makeup done. I said, she cannot be serious. She said, I absolutely am. I said, oh, okay. So we see two side by sides. We see two side by side scenes, right? So we see Dorit with Kathy and we see PK with Maurizio, right? So they're both talking about this their relationship, the status of their relationship. So PK is talking to Maurizio about the fact that he got sober and he just realized, I guess him getting sober, he finally saw Dorit for who she really is, and the fact that she doesn't listen to anything that people say. Dorit is all about Dorit, selfish, self-absorbed in that bubble of hers, and don't listen to nobody, right? So Mauricio is just telling PK what to expect, like because he's already a year into his separation from Kyle, so he's basically telling him like you don't have your good days, your bad days, your days where you're upset, your days where you want to cry, and all that kind of stuff, right? So we also found out that they have not told the kids about the separation, and I mean I'm like okay, that's not a bad thing, but because I guess it's pretty much like life as usual because, like I said before, he spends most of his time in London and not at home. So I don't think that the kids will really notice too much when it comes to this. But hey, we'll see. Now after that, I'm gonna move back over to Dorit with Kathy, right? Dorit, I don't know how in the hell you can think you are a good listener when you don't even do a good job of listening with these ladies. You didn't even do a good job listening last season with Garcelle. So girl, okay. So Kathy is saying, well, it seems like you still love him. She's like, yeah, I do. And so she's also talking about the fact that, because Kathy asked her, are you okay with him going out? And she says yes. And she says, like, that was part of the problem. And I'm like, okay, I get that. Like, y'all got young kids. You want to be at home with the kids, whereas he wants to be out in the street, mixing, mingling, doing whatever he want to do. And I actually kind of get Dorit in that particular moment. I ain't even mad at Dorit, right? So Kathy also asks if they're still having sex, and Dorit says that they're not, right? Um, and that's really pretty much it. Dorit says that this is not out of anger. I would imagine it's not out of anger because the man is very rarely ever there. But okay, cool. And that's really all we got with Dorit. So that's gonna be the thing with Dorit this season is us talking about her relationship with PK. Now, let's wrap the episode up and discuss Sutton Stracke, you guys. Now, you guys know I'm not a Sutton fan, but I have no problem with, saying nice things about Sutton, giving Sutton her props. The one prop that I want to give Sutton is this title card right here. I love this title card, Sutton. I love the title card. So we see as we Sutton is driving through her neighborhood and she's going to see Jennifer Tilly. So if you guys are not familiar with who Jennifer Tilly is, she is an actress. She's most known for playing on in Chucky. She plays Jennifer Tilly in the movie herself, but she also is the voice of Tiffany the doll. And I think we saw Tiffany in this episode, or I know for a fact we saw Tiffany in I know for a fact we saw if we didn't see Tiffany in this episode, we saw Tiffany in the trailer. But I think we saw Tiffany in this episode. So one thing I noticed with Jennifer Tilly is she's very talkative, but I already knew that about Jennifer Tilly because I watched stuff where she's been on this show before, very talkative, right? So Sutton and Sutton are catching up over a drink. Sutton, that ring. Oh, that ring that Sutton had on, you guys. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to Housewives, right? This is what I love to see, the opulence, right? I think we saw opulence with Dubai, and yep, because Lisa Milan, remember season 1, they showed us how much she bought them ice cube blocks for that she put in her pool. But this ring that Sutton got on is $14,700. I was like, oh, sweet Jesus. That's what I miss about, like, we don't get it on Potomac because I don't think the women got it like that. But hey, neither here nor there. We ain't talking about them. So we find out that Sutton's daughter Porter, she is going to law school. Her kids will be with her for the summer. So then Sutton is talking about Merce, and I hollered because y'all remember last season when they went to Spain, and Erika said, Merce is in the purse. And Merce was also on all of y'all as well when Sutton dumped Merce's ashes. Oh, they should have got all over Anna Marie. Oh, they should have. Merce should have just attacked Anna Marie. I wish he did, right? So Sutton is talking about her relationship with Kyle. And she's talking about the fact that she wasn't, the best friend that she could have been to Kyle last season. I said when Kyle wasn't the best friend she could have been to you either, Sutton. So, okay. Because yes, you were asking her about her relationship with Mauricio. But we ain't gonna sit here and pretend like, well, again, like I said, I like Kyle, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't believe that Kyle put Anna Marie up to that whole esophagus stuff with Sutton. Because that girl was like a dog with a bone talking about that woman's esophagus the entire season. Oh, God, Anna Marie just got on my nerves. That's interesting. Oh, her name is Dutch or something like that because it's spelled Anne Marie, but her name is pronounced Anna Marie. But either way, I'm glad we ain't got to see solid 8.5. Oh, thank God she's gone. Exactly, Q1. I'm glad Anna Marie is gone. Yes, I am too. Elated that she is gone. So Sutton says that she and Kyle, they met up with each other. It was awkward, but they had a cry session, and so they're good, right? So Sutton is also telling what's her name? Jennifer Tilly, that she is having a surrealist party, right? Now I know what I kind of had an idea what surrealist was, but I just wanted to go Google and see what that kind of thing would be. So there were some ladies who I think hit the mark, and there were some ladies who I think, girl, what the hell did you have on? So the first person that I will say who I said, what the hell do you have on? Dorit. Even Sutton said, what the hell is she wearing? Dorit, nothing about that outfit was surrealist, especially that damn disc you had on your head. Girl, that disc was ridiculous. I wish you had. I just wanted it to break. It that disc looked like oh, what did it look like? It looked like a vinyl, one of them vinyl records. I was like, girl, why do you have a? Actually, that's what it looked like, a vinyl record. I'm like, girl, why do you have a vinyl record on your head? But if you like it, I love it, right? So we're introduced to, is it? I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Bose, but we're introduced to Bose, who is a new housewife, the newest housewife, beautiful black woman, beautiful. I mean, gorgeous, right? She's 47. She's a widow. We found that out when she had a conversation with Dorit. She and Dorit really opened up to each other immediately. Bose is a boss in every sense of the word. Netflix, Uber. She's the girl, right? And we found out that her husband had cancer. They had separated 10 years ago, but they never got a divorce. My condolences to you, Bose. And when Garcelle came in, she and Bose, they embraced each other. So I'm like, okay, good. They'll get along. Hopefully they'll be able to get along with each other, right? What else happened? I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything in that interaction. No, I'm not. Oh, that's what I want to say. Bose, I think you're a beautiful woman, right? Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Only y'all know how I am when it comes to wigs and weaves, right? Y'all know I'm a little nitpicky. The hair quality, good hair quality, whoever did do your wigs, they do a good job with the wigs. The only thing that I will say is they do it. You can go one less bundle, one or two less bundles because it's a lot of hair. God, do like what Kathy did and pull some out just a little bit, right? Neither here nor there. Just a little nitpick. all in all, I still love her. I think I'm ready to see her storyline and how she interacts with the girls. Kiwan says, I love Bose. Yeah, I like her too. I'm feeling her, right? So when Garcelle got there, Dorit saw Garcelle, right? And they didn't really have much of an interaction with each other. Dorit is still in her feelings about what happened last season at the reunion when Garcelle was basically saying that there are some inconsistencies when it comes to that whole robbery thing. Dorit, everybody on social media feels the same way. There are a lot of people who still have a lot of question marks when it comes. There are a lot of question marks when it comes to that robbery. But neither here nor there, right? Kiwan says, you know what, LOL, those bundles. It was a lot of bundles. It was a lot of them. Good quality, looked like good quality hair, but it was a whole hell of a lot of bundles. So Kyle, 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 Kyle. Can we have a conversation, Kyle? Kyle. Who are you fooling? Who do you think you're fooling, Kyle? Girl, you're not going to sit here and blame the tabloids or anybody on assuming that there was a relationship between you and Morgan, because there absolutely was some kind of a relationship between you and Morgan. You tattooed your initial on that woman. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that your lifestyle change, with working out and cutting out alcohol and soda had anything to do with Morgan, but it might have been influenced by Morgan. But there was definitely some sort of a relationship between you and Morgan. Here's the thing, Kyle. It's okay if you are questioning your sexuality. That's fine. Don't sit there and try to say you weren't questioning it until people started questioning it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Did you, like Garcelle said, that video? You were there at that video shoot. There was chemistry between you and that girl in there, because I actually watched that video. Never knew who Morgan was until last season. And I'm somebody that likes country music, but I didn't know who Morgan Wade was until last season. So yeah, Kyle, play with somebody else. So Dorit and this damn disc came over there where they were sitting down, and I was like, oh my God, girl, please destroy this disc, break this disc, throw this disc, treat it like a frisbee, do something, but get rid of it. So Dorit and Kyle, they sitting there, it's awkward. Sutton and Garcelle was like, you know what? We got to get up and keep it pushing, right? So Kathy then arrives. Now, Kathy, girl, what the hell did you have on? If I'm gonna talk about what Dorit had on, we're gonna talk about what Kathy had on, because I don't even think that was surrealist either. That just like something you just grabbed out of the closet and said, "Let me get myself together and go film this show." Now, Kathy, girl, ghetto is as ghetto is. Why? Now, I get you said you were hot, but the fact that you was sitting here pulling your tracks out of your head and putting them in the sea, girl, that is nasty. That is how y'all people spread lice. But okay, if you like it, I love it. So then, you guys, the main event of this episode that took me out. Baby, when I tell y'all I ain't never laughed so hard as I did. So Sutton introduced this woman by the name of Yellow Cat. I was like, okay, come on, Yellow Cat. It literally gave me pat the puss, pat the puss, pat the puss, pat the puss. Shout out to Erika, right? And it's so funny because if you guys go on my community tab, that is literally what I titled. Like when I did my post about the show premiering last night, I literally put pat the puss on there. And so Yellow Cat, Yellow Cat, Yellow Cat, Yellow Cat has a song talking about some of the lyrics in her song was, "You want to take me home and bust me out." I said, say what now? Girl, huh? She said, yep, you want to take me home and bust me out. Kiwan says, of course, she let Morgan go down on her, and did. Q1 also says Kathy looked a hot mess. Kathy looked like she just rolled out of bed. So then on top of that, with Miss Yellow Cat gonna say, seed is power pussy and superpower pussy. I said, say what now? Oh, okay, Miss Yellow Cat. And Miss Yellow Cat got backup dancers too that are dressed like cats. I said, you know what, Miss Yellow Cat, you better do the damn thing. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all. So then, you guys, to wrap up the episode, Kyle pulled Dorit aside. Honestly, this conversation ain't gonna go nowhere because neither one of them can agree on anything. Kyle can't agree on what Dorit is saying. Dorit ain't gonna agree with what Kyle is saying because Dorit is tired of feeling like she's being used by Kyle. I was like, okay. And Kyle was trying to get a word in edgewise with Dorit, but I was like, Kyle, you know you're not gonna get a word in with Dorit, right? You know that. But okay, keep trying. I'm gonna give you an A for effort if you keep trying. And I don't know why. I just said it a few minutes ago, we all know Dorit has a problem with listening to people. She has a big problem with that. But okay, do what you want to do, Kyle. And that was the episode, you guys. Overall, season 14, episode 1 was a good, solid premiere for me. I definitely do want to know what you guys think about it in the comments and in the live chat. I'll be on here for just about 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna get off here, you guys. Also, I do want to give a big shout out to my friend Scotty. Y'all know, I'm pretty sure most of y'all know Scotty. Scotty decided to review Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, so he did a live last night. I want you guys to definitely go over there, and if you guys watch because I know I got a lot of people who watch Beverly Hills on my channel. I don't know about his audience who watches Beverly Hills, but definitely go over there, support my friend, watch his video. He did good. I know he can't stand Kyle. He don't like Dorit, but yeah, definitely go check out my friend Scotty. And that's it, you guys. So yeah, we'll do this every week. I'm cool. I like going live to talk about these shows, and I realize when I go live, my Housewives reviews are doing really well on the live side. They're doing pretty good on the pre-recorded too. So yeah, you guys, that is it. That is all that I got. Like I said, you guys, let me know what you thought about this episode in the comment section below, and that's gonna do it for me. So I will see you guys later. I'll see you guys at about 3 o'clock. So about an hour from now, and we will discuss the episode of The Real Housewives of New York City. And then after that, at 4 o'clock, an hour after that, we'll go live for a brand new review of Married at First Sight, you guys, if you guys watch that show. And I'll catch you guys later. So as always, you guys, do me a solid favor. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, you guys. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.